Hi everyone, I'm sharing with you how to make another beautiful handbag. This is super easy and I go little at a time so you know what I'm having here. I use heavyweight interfacing and I have cut two heavyweight interfacing and the size is 10 inches down and 11 inches wide. And I have two interfacing and I cut two fabric right here that I iron in the back side of the fabric, and this fabric size is 10.5 inches by 11.5 inches, so a quarter of an inch. That your seam allowance. So this one, the solid color, this color is for the main side, the front side and the back side of the bed. So let me just fold it in half. Now we're going to turn the right side to the right side. You're going to sew these two pieces together. So the sides down here, left and right, and the bottom. Just follow the interfacing here. If you don't use interfacing, then you can sew a quarter of an inch seam allowance. Also, I have here one piece of fabric that I cut this long way, and the size is 11 3/4 of an inch by 21 inches long. This is for the lining, the inside of the bed. I fold it in half. I'm going to mark down this side. 4 inches right here, I leave it open. So you're gonna sew here a quarter of an inch down, a quarter of an inch down, and on this side sew all the way down. Also, I have it in here. This is 8 inches by 10 inches. This is for inside pockets, and right side facing the right side, wrong side facing out. You're going to sew a quarter of an inch seam allowance. So on this side all the way down, and on this side sew it to here. Leave about 2 inches open so you can inside out. This same thing, right side facing in, just fold like this, and then you're going to sew this same thing. And then I have cut in here 3.5 inches by 34 inches long, and I fold it in half, fold it again and again and again like this. This is for the handle, so you're gonna sew the top and the bottom. Remember last time I went to Joann Fabric, I got the fleece lining, the fleece fabric right here. If you don't have this, or you can use baby blanket. I cut in here 6 inches down and 22 inch and a quarter. And here I cut the fabric 12 inches, so double the size, 12 inches and 22 inch and a quarter. I fold it in half, right side facing in. This is for the top of the handbag. So let me just bring this over, this one right here. I'm going to mark down here a quarter of an inch, just like that, a quarter of an inch. And then down here I'm going to mark 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to connect this a quarter of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. I'm gonna fold it in half. I'm gonna cut two at the same time, one time together like this. This main side of the fabric facing in, and the folded facing in front of me. You want to iron this down, you can too. Place it in here. Remember the side that you cut at 3/4 of an inch face into the fold of the fabric. You're gonna sew on this side and sew on this side. So everyone, after I sew, this is the lining of the bed, and I left it here 4 inches open. And so I'm gonna box this, but to box this, because if this is the fold, I don't sew a 1/4 of an inch on the bottom here like the main side. So I have cut in here, this is 1 inch and an inch and a 1/4. So I'm going to place it like this. So 1 inch up, an inch and a 1/4 in. You're going to sew this, okay, both of the side here. So this one and then this one too. I like to do that. I don't want to cut and then fold it. I like to do this one. Main side, I already sewed a 1/4 of an inch bottom and top. I'm gonna turn this way so you can see the sew line right here. I'm gonna go and trim the corners here, and then you're going to press this one right here. I have cut in here an inch and a 1/4. So I'm gonna go to the corners here and I'm going to box this. You can go and cut this. When you're done, you're going to inside out and bring the right side out. Everyone, after you inside out iron and everything, you're gonna top stitch here, top stitch on this bottom, on the side, and on the top. 2 of them. You're gonna make sure you press and inside out this whole thing. You don't need to press or anything, just take it and inside out. You're gonna do both of them. Inside out, push out all the thing in here. So guess what, everyone, after I sewed this, I forgot to add the pockets. But anyway, that tell you that I'm human, right? It's okay, not a big deal, but I will show you. This is the lining. After I did this and I did the pocket and I still didn't remember, and then after that I'm like, oh my goodness. All right, so not a big deal, everyone. Don't panic. Okay. So I'm gonna go and at the sew line here, I'm gonna fold the sew line over here and press. So I mark the center. Okay, and put this back. I cannot believe it. So from the center down, I'm gonna mark 2.5 inches. And then 2.5 inches on this side. I cannot believe this. Okay, so these two pockets, I'm gonna go and fold it in half and then going to add one on each side. Oh my goodness. So like this. Oh, in the sewing machine, put this in and then you're gonna sew this side, sew on the bottom, and then sew on this side. Same thing to here. You're gonna sew here on the bottom and then on the top. Everyone, I did it. I sewed this in here. Remember, if you saw this, you have to do that from the beginning before we sew the sides and the bottom together. All right, so let me just inside back like the inside now. I turn it like this. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm gonna put that on the side. I'm gonna bring back the main piece. With the main side here, you're gonna cut two on the bottom here. Inside out. Mark that from the center here and then the side like that. You're gonna bring back this piece, the one on the top. You're gonna fold it in half so you can mark the center. Mark the center, and then you're going to bring this back in here. Place the center in the center right here, like this. Like this. So cute. A 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. You're going to sew around the top here. Everyone, after I sew this all around the center out, I'm going to mark 3 inches. And then center out 3 inches on this side. Same thing to the other side. You can just hold this up and then do this. Hold this up and mark like that. So now with the handle that we sew on this straight line, that long piece, now we're going to cut this in half. you're gonna sew this here, sew this, and then sew the other side too. Sew the other side. Everyone, after I sew the handle and on the back too, let's just bring this back in here. This is the lining side. You're going to place this in here. Right side touching the right side, inside out, facing out. Make sure all the sole line touching the sole line, and everything else is go after. So this is the sole line. You're gonna go clip all around it. A quarter of an inch seam allowance, you're gonna sew all around the top. Everyone, after I sew around, then you're gonna go inside out. You have the opening space. You're gonna make sure you pull it and put it down, press. You're gonna sew this. Everyone, after I sew this close, you're gonna put everything inside and you're going to iron this down. Make sure everything staying down. Press and iron. Make sure you iron this down. When you're done, go top stitch around the top. Everyone, after I top stitch around, this is so cute. All right, so let's just add the button. So with the button from the top down about half an inch, center down 3/4 of an inch, I add one, and then another half an inch, I add another one, like that. I just slide the needle on one side here, and then I'm gonna go up. Okay, and then after that I'm gonna add the button. You don't need to sew too many times. This is just for decoration. And now the next one is half an inch away. You're gonna sew exact the same way, and with the name tag right in the center, right here in the center, add the name tag, and then you're going to sew the same way you sew on the button. Just slide the needle up and down. When I finish the back, that it looks so cute. Look at that. Look at the button and then the name tag here, and this is a good size. And look at this on the bottom of the bag, and then it wrap around. It looks like a shirt. So let me just tell you how big this is. That from top to here, it's 8.25 inches. Right, one side to the other is 11, and the bottom, the corner here is 2.5 inches. So cute. Look at that. So you, whatever you want to change the color, they have to be solid, and then some other colors right here, or you can do 2 different colors of solid fabric. That is so adorable. Look at that. Look at the inside pocket, and then this pocket right here, I sewed it too. I sewed the center here too. So this one I didn't sew the center. All right, so I can put everything in here. You can do whatever. I just show you how to do it, but you can put anything in here you want. Make sure you watch this video. This is very cute. The fleck cat. All right, and then the phone. Don't forget the phone. The phone can be in here, or the phone can be in the other side of the pocket right here, and that's it. You can add another button right here if you want to, but that is that. You want to, you can add the magnet button right on here, and then you can just snap it right here together. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for everyone that donate to my channel and always come to support me every time I upload or I go live stream. Stay safe, everyone. Love you. Take care. Thank you for some of you that run the playlist, watch the whole playlist, and have the video running. That helped me a lot too. Stay safe, everyone. Love you.